Hey everyone, it's Itamar from Jerusalem, and Jerusalem is preparing for Sukkot. We are at the Machne Yehuda market, and today I actually want to start here, but I won't visit the market itself. Let's pay a visit to the Four Species market. Four Species, if you don't know, that's part of the Jewish tradition. It's a biblical commandment to have them on Sukkot and to tie them together. We'll take a look and I'll explain a little more. So here we are, the Four Species market. Tomorrow night will be the first day of Sukkot. It's an actual biblical holiday, and it will last for an entire week, in which we're going to tie together the following fruits. We have the citron over here, it's called etrog in Hebrew. We have the lulav, it's basically a date bran. We also have the willow and the myrtle. Let me just find them. Here you are. Okay. The willow and the myrtle. Take a look. Here we are. We'll take 3 branches of myrtle and 2 branches of willow. Oh, sorry, this is also myrtle. Here it is. There you go. Just next to it. There you go. That's the willow. So 2 willows, 3 myrtles, 1 date friend or branch, and the etrog, the citron. We shake them together, we tie them together, we shake them together. There's a lot of symbolism in that. It's basically a biblical commandment that it's supposed to tie together, unite together 4 types of Israelites. 4 types of Israelites. The first type is the etrog, which has both scent and taste, flavor. Okay? And the scent is the good deeds, the flavor is the mitzvot. I hope I got that right. Maybe it's the other way around. No, I'm pretty sure that's the right one. The scent is the good deeds, and the flavor is the mitzvot, the commandments, fulfilling the word of God, the different 613 commandments. And some of the Israelites are really righteous. They do both good deeds in this world, in this earthly world, and they are also full of mitzvot. They keep the different 613 commandments, biblical commandments. Other types of Israelites are, they have flavor. Okay, they're like the dates. Okay, they have flavor, but you can't really eat the wood. It doesn't really have a scent. The wood doesn't. The branch doesn't really have a scent. So they do the mitzvot, but they are not really doing good deeds, earthly deeds. Other Jews have very good scent, like the myrtle, meaning they do good deeds in this world, but they have no flavor. They don't do mitzvot. They don't do the biblical commandments. We call the myrtle in Hebrew hadass. So famously, there is in the book of Esther, there is Esther, the heroine of the book, and she's called in Hebrew Hadassah. That's her actual Hebrew name, Hadassah, not Esther, but Hadassah, because she was kind of like this assimilating Jewish woman in Persia, and she was not really very much keeping the commandment, but she really saved the Jewish people. So she's more like this, and others are like this. No good deeds in this world, no like actual good human beings, let's say, and they are also not really very obedient of the Jewish law. So they really don't have any flavor or scent. And we tie them together to unite the children of Israel those who are good, those who are bad. We don't outcast or disregard those who aren't, doing good deeds or doing the mitzvot. We're all one nation, a full nation, and we all have our good qualities and bad qualities, and we cover for each other in the sense that we're trying to bring each other back to God and back to good deeds. So this is how basically this works. So this is an important commandment of the holiday, to tie these together and to be united as a nation. You can tell that after a very long, difficult year of war, we really need this unity here in Israel. Okay, so if you look at the gentleman over there, he's examining a few of the etrogs. You want to make sure that the etrog is kosher. This gentleman too. You want to make sure that it has all kinds of characteristics that he likes, especially the pitam. The pitam is this little thing over here. Pitam, this one. Okay, so this is where it's attached to the tree, and this is the other side. This one's supposed to be intact. If it's not intact, then it's not kosher. So this is basically what they're checking, but also all kinds of other characteristics that they like. Anyway, how do we tie those together? This is how it's done. This is the Ashkenazi way, let's call it. See, it's called koishiklach. Okay, and you basically put the willow on the left, the branch of myrtle on the right, and you need to, I know it doesn't look like it, but you can actually stick the main branch, the lulav, the olive branch, you can actually stick it in the middle, and then you get a nice bundle, let's say, and you hold this in your right hand, and on your left hand you hold the etrog, and together they're united. That's how it's done. Hopefully there will be another video I'll make on how you hold it, or you can just follow me on my social media and you'll see how I hold it. That's how it goes. Okay, we have some big etrog over here. It's not the biggest one, of course. We have Yemenite etrogs that are massive, just massive. I'm talking about, let's say 5, 6, 7 kilograms. So it would be 13, 14 pounds. This is a big one, okay? Not a very big one, but a nice size. And I'm sure that if I'll take another round, maybe we'll see some more of those. There you can see some more big etrogs over here. This gentleman is holding. Some more over here. See? Very beautiful ones. Now, so this is just the main thing that people are looking for in the 4-species market. But while you're here, with the family and the kids, you also want to buy some decorations and ornaments for your sukkah. So this is the type of kishutim, type of decorations, ornaments that people tie in their sukkah. There are many others, but this is just what we have over here. You can purchase some of these, let's say, cheaper, let's say, decorations, which are cute. I mean, it's nice. Makes people happy, so why not? Okay. And after we've done that, here, this guy's examining the lulav, wants to make sure that it's well tied. All the little leaves of it are intact. This is like, let's say, more of an ultra-Orthodox thing to do, because most Israelis will just trust, the people that examine it and sell it before that, and they will just go with it. Here, this guy is checking the myrtle, that in every juncture it has 3 leaves. So there are all kinds of ways of examining it. As you can see, a lot of action going on over here. Not sure exactly why, but anyway, I guess it's this guy is examining the etrogs. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah, he's popular. He is popular. Very cool. Okay. So after we saw the 4-species market, let's take a look at the Ultra-Orthodox part of the town. Not because we don't have Sukkot all over the city, of course we have, but there's something special in this area because of the commitment of the Ultra-Orthodox to observe the commandment of Sukkah in a different fashion, let's say, than other parts of town. All right, so let's take a look what we have here. Just make sure I'm balanced. I think I am. Okay, cool. By the way, this is an Iraqi Jewish synagogue over here, named after Rabbi Ptaya. So it's not just exclusively, of course, Ashkenazi area. It's a very mixed area over here with Sephardic Jews and Yemenite Jews and Iraqi Jews and Persians and whatnot. Okay, so this is our first sukkah. As you can see, it's made of wood. Okay, it's made of wood. And the reason it's made of wood and not, let's say, just fabric like we're going to see in other parts of town, it's because people are actually going to sleep in it. Okay, believe it or not. There is some door somewhere, I'm not sure where, not sure exactly. Let's take another look. And they're actually going to not just eat here, they're also going to sleep here. I assume that they play with the screws or something like that in order to open it. I'm not sure exactly, but that's the sukkah. So basically the commandment is to stay in the sukkah for 7 days and to live in dirat arai, meaning dirat arai is a temporary building with a roof that is made of branches or any some kind of groves. It can't be plastic, for example. It can be all kinds of a material that is not vegetation or not, can be some kind of plastic or other construction materials that are not wooden. And also, you need to see through the roof. And in between the branches, you need to be able to see a little bit of the sky and the stars. Okay, that's another principle here. So the idea behind it is that we need to commemorate our 40 years journey in the desert. The children of Israel with Moses, they stayed for 40 years. Their journey between Egypt and the Promised Land, the land of Israel, lasted for 40 years, and during that time they also stayed in Sukkot, tabernacles, or these temporary buildings. Okay, there's another little example. I don't think they finished. As you can see, this bamboo. Okay, you can kind of see through. Here it's broken even. Okay, you can see a little bit of the sky, a little bit of the stars at night. That's the idea. And it must not have, let's say, a roof above it. Let's say if there was a balcony just over here, concrete balcony that blocks it, then it means that it's not kosher. You must have the sky above you. Okay? In a way, you need to be under the protection of God, in a way. So that's why over here it's made of wood, simply for the reason that people are actually going to stay here, and it's much nicer to stay in a slightly better built sukkah than in a fabric one, as we're going to see very soon. Okay, over here, take a look at the little balconies over here. You can see that people built their sukkot on these little balconies. This is not big. Take a look. It's not big. This may be a meter or something, let's say 3 or 4 feet. Very small. Okay, yet that's the commandment, and it's of course attached to the house, so it's very easy to bring the food and all that instead of going downstairs. So that's how it's going over here. Just give me a second. Okay, very, very cute. Take a look at the architecture. These are all kinds of neighborhoods that were built from the 1870s all the way to the 1930s and 40s. You can see the little Star of David at the top, just over here. Very cute. Okay, so now we're getting to another sukkah. Oh, there are a few of those. Here you can see the fabric one. Okay, you can see in the balcony up here, just up here, and over here down on the street. You can see a more simple sukkah. This is something that you will see in many parts of the city. In the Ultra-Orthodox area, you'll see more of these wooden ones. Okay, so I assume it's closed. You see, it's kind of closed it. Oh. You can't really see through it. Oh, maybe no. It's slightly decorated. Let's take a look. There we go. See? That's the sukkah. So during these 7 days, we're supposed to eat and sleep in the sukkah and treat it as if this is our home, in order to again commemorate the long journey, 40 years journey in the desert of Sinai. Okay, let's continue. I will mix it between smaller streets and let's say bigger, louder streets, just to see the differences. Oh, take a look, this is very interesting. Okay, so here's the sukkah over here, and over here we can see a willow tree. Now you would assume that all the branches will be off because, hey, it's willow. Instead of purchasing one, we can just pick one from the tree directly. But this is a private property of someone, okay? And he put it a note over here in Hebrew. Do not pick up, do not cut off the willows, because this is like stealing, okay? It's like against the 10 Commandments. Okay, so this is what it says. And liktof aravot b'shum ofen. Do not pick up willows by any, like, no matter what the excuse is. This is gezel. Gezel is like stealing, basically. Okay, let's take a look. What do we have here? This is Geula neighborhood, basically. They have basically all kinds of ads telling people you can get 4 species here, you can get 4 species there. Okay, we just went by a pretty big sukkah just over here. Here, see? Very nice size. And over here too, you can see on the different balconies. Here and here. Now this is something interesting. I want to show you how this building is built. This is very, very interesting. As you can see, it's pretty new. Okay, and you can see how the Sukkot over here are built too. Okay, follow me. Okay, first floor, no Sukkot. Why? Because there is a concrete balcony right over here. See? No Sukkot. The second one, there is a sukkah, but pay attention. Half of it is under concrete, under this concrete, you see? So if a person is eating or sleeping in this part, no, it's not good. You need to stay on this side, okay? So let's say if this is a family of 4, 5, 6 children, children that are not fully obligated to the commandments, girls before the age of 12, and boys before the age of 13, maybe they will put them over here. Maybe not even, okay? But that's how basically it goes, and you can see there is some kind of a frame, but over here it's the sky. Take a look. Ta-da! See? So first floor over here, they have the sky open for them. And this guy over here has his sukkah right on the corner. And the last one has his sukkah up there, you see? So now all the neighbors are very, very happy. Each one has a kosher sukkah for themselves. Very nice. Okay, so this is the whole principle that I mentioned, that you need to have your sukkah under the sky. Okay, there's another one just up here. It's really like, you'll see there's a lot. There's a lot of them. Okay. Oh, this is one of the smaller Sukkot that I've seen. Okay, you see this one? It's a tiny balcony, maybe 1.5 meters on 1 meter, or 1.5 meters and 80 centimeters, I'm not sure even. This is very small. Okay, so maybe they have another sukkah somewhere, or maybe they do it downstairs, I'm not sure. Like over here they have a decent one. They have a decent sukkah just over here. This entire thing is a sukkah. Okay, we'll talk about this one in a moment. But up here, this is just if they want to drink their morning coffee in a sukkah, maybe this is where they do it. Okay, so what do we have over here? This is a little different. So clearly this part is not a part of the original building. Okay, you can see the stone building right over here. And this is a new addition, let's say from the last few years. In normal days, they have an actual roof made of, I'm not sure, aluminum, I'm not sure exactly. But during the holidays, they remove that roof and put this bamboo over here. And then they have a kosher sukkah, you see? It's quite interesting. So these are the type of things that are a bit unusual. You don't really see it in other parts of the city. And that's why I want to share this with you. Take a look how beautiful over here too. They cannot build a sukkah over here in this balcony because there's another balcony just over here. So they must have it on the top floor. Yeah, they must have another sukkah over here, and the residents over here, they built their sukkahs in some other place. Take a look at this gentleman, exactly what I pointed out earlier. He's building his sukkah. He has this aluminium roof. He removed it, then he put the bamboo. See? Put the bamboo over there, so it will be a kosher one. So they have all these aluminium construction, all these roofs that helps them solve their problems. So they have a sukkah immediately near their home. They don't have to go too far. Cool. Let me just move over here. Very beautiful. Sweet kids. People are busy. The children will probably help decorate later. Let's go on this side. Exploring the area. Okay, you can see over here a little ad speaking about, this one and also this one. It's an ad of how you can get a nice set of the 4 species. Again, etrog, lulav, myrtle, and willow. How you can get it and when you can get it, and the pricing. See, 60 shekels, 110 shekels, 170 shekels. So some people will put a lot of money on these 4 species. It's unnecessary, to be honest. I mean, some people, some Ultra-Orthodox will really invest their money on the mitzvot, so they will buy extra expensive etrog, or extra expensive this, or extra expensive that. And some rabbis would go against it, and others will say, no, it's good. It shows that when he has the money, he has the means, he will put it on what is godly and not on nonsense. Others would say, yeah, but what about the needs of the family, the needs of this, the needs of that? And the answer to it is, if you want to get a blessing, the blessing of God, invest in what is godly, and you will be rewarded and be provided. So this is a more of an ideological thing, and most would say Jewish Israelis will just purchase something that is decent in 100 shekels or 80 shekels or 120 shekels, in that neighborhood, not hundreds of dollars. Or in some cases I heard of a truck that was sold for thousands of dollars. Okay, what you see over here is called Schneller School. It was an orphanage, and there was a school here for blind. Oh. Sorry about that. The hustle and bustle of this street over here. Here, let me just take a look. Okay, so this is the Schneller school. It's an entire compound. You must see there's a school over here, a little bit in the back. This is new, but over here that was the main building. Schools for that was built by the German missionaries, and now it used to be a military base over here actually, and now it's a part of a residential area. So there is no actual school anymore. But let me just while we're here, take a look. You can see the Lamb of God over here. You can see it's written in Arabic too. Okay. So the Arabic and the German is saying that this is for the orphanage for the Syriac orphans, basically. Dar el Aitam Suriya. I don't know the German one, sorry, but the idea is the house of the Syriac orphanage. So it was for orphans, but really not exclusively Syriac, meaning Syriac Christians. It was not only for them, there were also Muslims. The Jews were very much intimidated by this institution, and they were very much concerned from the missionaries, especially in the 19th century when there were not a lot of Jews around here, maybe a few tens of thousands, maybe like 80,000 or so in the entire land of Israel. And although the Jews in Jerusalem were a majority already in the 19th century, they were still very much concerned from the efforts of the British missionaries, the German missionaries, etc. Okay, so we are entering now to the main street of the Ultra-Orthodox area. Okay. And at the end of it, it's Mea Shearim neighborhood. Okay, so so I'll walk straight. It will probably take me like 20 minutes or so, but hang on there with me, and let's see what we can see as we go. Not just Sukkot related, but you can also check other things. Here. This is interesting. Over here it says, let me just move here. It says etrogim Marokkaim miyuchasim, meaning high quality, let's call it, Moroccan etrogs. See? Moroccan etrogs. So they actually import a lot of these etrogs from Morocco and from other places. Some is grown here in Israel, but not only. I want to give you some sense of geography here. I'm in the western side of the city. Machne Yehuda market and the area where I am is the western side of the city. It's not too far from the exit to Tel Aviv. Okay, but from here already I can see the Mount of Olives. Take a look. See this tower? This is the tower. I don't want to put my finger in. Yeah. The tower that you see over there, that's the Russian church on the Mount of Olives. So you can see that Jerusalem is a very big city, 124 square kilometers, or 126 square kilometers. So I'm probably something like 50 or so square miles. It's a very big city, but the distance between Machne Yehuda Market and the old city, it's just a nice walking distance actually. So from east to west, it's not that far, but it does stretches further south and further north. And you can see again the ad for Moroccan etrogs, and over here you can see charity boxes, which is really everywhere. So charity boxes, tzedakah. It's kind of divided on the key of which rabbi and his institutions you want to support. Oh, these guys are still building over here. See that? These guys are still building. Have some work to do. Usually people built their sukkah pretty much right after Yom Kippur. Okay, so Kippur this year was on Friday evening to Saturday evening. I built my sukkah right away on Saturday evening and helped one of my neighbors to build his on Sunday morning. But some people, they take their time or they help with other sukkot, which is fine. So, but the idea is that immediately after you finish your mitzvah of the fasting of Yom Kippur, something happened. The mitzvah of Yom Kippur, you move on to the next mitzvah of building a sukkah. That's a tradition. I forgot to mention that the name of this street is Malchei Israel, the Kings of Israel Street. And there will be a point that it will change to Mea Shearim Street. It will be like the same street, but they just changed the name of it, named after this very famous neighborhood. Okay, you can see more decorations. Okay, so this is something that we didn't see before. You see the decorations of grapes, fruits, okay, and pomegranates. More grapes up here. This is just to show the blessing, I guess, of this amazing holiday. And another aspect of it, which is it's also known as Chag HaAsif. Chag HaAsif. We basically finished harvesting all the agriculture, all the crops, let's say, of that year. We already harvested, let's say, back in April, May. We harvest the barley, then we harvest the wheat. Then later comes the dates and olives. It will come later, sorry. But the dates and pomegranates are ripe right now, so this is the time of collecting all the fruits. This is another aspect of this holiday, and there's a massive siren, but maybe we'll talk about it later. But I just want to show you this little Torah scroll, like as if it's a toy, yeah. But it's supposed to look like a Torah scroll, okay, for the kids to play. And the idea is that at the end of Sukkot, it's the holiday of Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah is the 8th day, basically, after the 7 days of Sukkot. We also have the 8th day of Simchat Torah, and this is when we basically start to read again the Torah. Okay, so in the Jewish calendar, these 52 weeks of the year are the Torah is divided to these 52 portions, and we read one every week, pretty much, not exactly. Some weeks we'll read two, and some others we don't read a portion. Just allow the fire department. a second. It's a very busy street. Not sure how they're gonna go through. Okay. Let's go to one of these smaller streets here. He's going through one of the smaller streets. Okay. I just want to avoid the siren for a second. Can't hear my thoughts. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, we saw the decorations of the fruits. It's another aspect of the holiday, the agricultural aspect of it. Collecting all the crops. And the little Torah toy that I showed you, it's because of Simchat Torah, the eighth day of after Sukkot. And this is when we actually start to reread the Torah from Bereshit. Bereshit is the book of Genesis. We start to reread it from the beginning, and that's why we call it Simchat Torah, the joy of Torah. As you probably know, last year's October 7 massacre took place on Simchat Torah, on the 8th day of Sukkot, which is a very holy day, really. Okay, good. Now that we don't have sirens, we can talk and see a little more. Here, take a look at this amount of charity boxes. Okay, so each charity box is dedicated to a certain rabbi and his institutions, and people, they want to give charity, but they kind of want to give it to the institutions they trust the most or want to support the most. Okay, over here you can see all the ads where you can get the best lulav and the best 4 species and all the rest. Over here it's an ad, the brown one over here, it's an ad for the etrogs. Very cool. Okay, let's continue. This is good. Okay, so back to this toy. Okay, it comes in other shapes, as you can see, in other sizes. Here, the Torah, you can see the tablets of Moses, okay, the 10 Commandments. So just a toy, of course, for the kids. So because the Torah scroll is very, very heavy, they can't really carry it. So the children give them a toy to play with while the adults are dancing with the actual Torah scrolls. That's usually how Simchat Torah is going on. So that's what we talked about earlier. Now I want to show you something that, here again, the different fruits. Okay, the decorations of fruits. And this is another type of decoration. Rabbis, see? This is famously Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, is a very, very prominent Sephardic rabbi. He passed away a few years ago. And Sephardic Ultra-Orthodox will put a decoration of the rabbi in their sukkah. And the verse just above him, "Ve'yu einecha ro'ot et morecha," may your eyes will see your teachers or your leaders, basically. So this is one decoration. There are other rabbis too. Over here at the bottom, I want to show you another type of decoration. Oh, sorry. Here we are. Okay, this is a famous verse from Deuteronomy. Here, take a look. Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 8. כי אדוני אלוהיך מביאך אל ארץ טובה, ארץ נחלי מים, עינות ותאומות, ארץ חיטה ושעורה וגפן ותאנה ורימון, ארץ זית שמן ודבש. It basically gives the list of all the fruits in the seven species, not the 4 species, but the 7 species, the fruits in which the land of Israel was blessed, which is wheat and barley, grapes and figs. Then we have pomegranates, olives and olives and honey. Olives and honey. Honey is actually the dates. Okay, they used to make honey back then. Honey in the days of the Bible. When you say honey, you usually refer to date honey and not bee honey. Although they do have bee honey in the Hebrew Bible, but this is rare. Like for example, Samson was eating bee honey, and the same with Jonathan, the son of Saul, the son of King Shaul. He was eating bee honey, but this is rare. Okay? Usually when we say dvash, when we say honey, we refer to the date honey. So again, it goes back to what I mentioned, that there is some agriculture aspect of this holiday. It's the end of all the harvest. So wheat is already stored, barley is already stored, the grapes are already stored, and some wine was produced from it. Figs were picked from the trees and were dried. Pomegranates, like right now. Olives will take time. Olives, at the end of October and November, they will harvest the olives, and that's why we have Hanukkah, which is an ancient, basically harvest celebration of the olives. After they harvest them and their farmers press them into oil, then we have Hanukkah at the end of that process. So this is again, not 4 species, but 7 species. Okay, so this is it. Okay, let's continue a little more. What do we have here? I'm trying to more focus on Sukkot related stuff, but every now and then, if there is something interesting, I'll point it out. Let's take a look. Okay. This is regular needs, kippot, the yarmulke, or the skull cups of Jewish men and boys. Over there you can see the purification vessels. This, it has 2 handles. And the reason it has 2 handles is because we need to wash our hands in a certain way, and with the handles it's very easy. So we wash our hands in order to purify before we eat a meal with bread, and after the bathroom, etc., before prayers. That's how it's done. Okay, cool. Good. Getting dressed up. We're looking for new shoes, cookies. Okay. Getting some watches for the girls, I guess. This is interesting. Okay, take a look at this. So how, I mentioned the 4 species, okay, but how do you hold them together when you're not using them in the synagogue or like during the prayer itself? Then they have all kinds of nice cases for the 4 species over here. So basically you'll put the 4 species, the three of the species over here, the lulav, like the branch, and the willow and myrtle, and there's a little case. It actually says etrog in Hebrew. Okay, etrog. It's a more stylish thing. You can see it's supposed to prevent the heat from getting in and harm the freshness, let's say, of the 4 species. This is one way of doing it. Most people will have all kinds of these plastic bags that are designed to hold the 4 species, but if you want to be a bit more fancy, why not? More of the decorations, just showing it, okay? I don't see anything new. Oh, here, there is I mentioned with the rabbis, sorry. If you don't have like one rabbi that you like, but you want to honor all the others, then you have this one, this decoration. We have many rabbis. I don't recognize all of them. Some of them are mainly Ashkenazi ones. That's another option. Okay. Okay. Tons of breads and cakes and whatnot. Again, the culinary aspect of it is it's something else. A lot of burekas and rugala. Let's take a quick look. Burekas is more like a pastry from the Balkan, usually stuffed with cheese, and others with potatoes and spinach, all kinds. And this is the rugala. It's more of an Eastern European kind of snack. Okay. In the main street, what is pretty evident, you don't really see Sukkot because there's really no place to put them. Here, take a look at the popcorn. Popcorn is a very popular snack here. It's not expensive. Here, 12 shekels for this such a big bag. Okay, 12 shekels, let's say $4, $3-4. Yeah, so you don't see Sukkot in the main streets because there's no room really, and there's no real need, because if you don't eat, let's say if there was a restaurant here, they will definitely want to have a sukkah next to it, otherwise the clients won't show up. But if you're not a restaurant, then you really don't need a sukkah, and that's why you don't see too many sukkot over here on the main street. And just to show you, we're getting closer to Shabbat Square. Just showing you some of the busy streets here. I'll show you the main square. This one is called Shabbat Square, and it's really the heart of the Ultra-Orthodox area. See how busy this is. There is a famous place in Tokyo, Shibuya, in the Shibuya neighborhood. There's like famous crosswalks over there, which is very busy. This is our little Shibuya, let's call it, if you know the reference. But anyway, it's just a very nice, interesting neighborhood. Give me just a second. I'll cross myself, and we'll get a little closer to Mea Shearim neighborhood and explore there. On the sides that I know they wouldn't mind if I film. purchased the lulav of Kobin family. This one is Soloveitchik etrogs. You see, there have all of these ads over here where you can get the finest etrogs, the finest lulavs, the finest 4 species. There's a lot of it, and there's also over here it's like these roofs, these bamboos for the roof of the sukkah. This is an ad for these bamboos. So you can see they have the measures, they have the size over here. So if it's a small sukkah, let's say 1 meter and 3 meters, it's 140, meter and a half on 2 meters, 130, and so on. That's the pricing over here. Oh, this is really cute. Take a look. Okay. I'm going to zoom out for a second so you'll be able to capture it all. Here, take a look how many Sukkot, how many Sukkot can you spot in this, just in the frame. Okay, so let me count for a second. 1, 2, 3 over here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, at least. Okay, so there's like probably 10 Sukkot. Maybe I missed one. Okay. And let me just.
Yeah, I know. So that's $1,000.
Yeah, he's talking about the fancy etrog, $1,000 or $2,000. No, I'm joking, of course. Okay, let's take a look. What else do we have here? This is an etrog that is endorsed by that rabbi. Okay. So over here we're basically getting to the Mea Shearim area, which they wouldn't, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, they don't like it when people film over there. Not impossible, definitely not on the main street, but try to be respectful. So we'll just take a look at the nearby streets. Okay, so Mea Shearim, basically that's exactly what we see over here. That's the area here. Oh, this is interesting. You can actually see a sign that says this area is clean of smartphones. Oh, you have it in English too. Okay, warning, if you take out a smartphone in this holy place, it will be confiscated. There are guards everywhere. Okay, see? Do not take out your smartphones. So this is more extreme fringe over here. So they have the sign in English and in Hebrew and in Yiddish, okay, which is the Jewish dialect of German, basically. It's a medieval language, basically, that is still spoken. So this is the Mea Shearim area. From here on, let's just take a look in a few other streets and see what we have. Over here we have a Hungarian synagogue and school, Hungarian Jewish, of course. The Monkach group, the Monkach Hasidic group. We're heading to an area that is more of a mix of Ashkenazis and Sephardis.
What did I say? I tell you again?
Maybe a word for those who are not very familiar with the different branches of Ultra-Orthodoxy. It's basically a European, Eastern European phenomenon, basically a response to modernity. So they're not very happy with the modernity and all it brought, all the illness, let's say the intellectual illnesses of modernity, and they start to segregate themselves. It's more of a European phenomenon. Sephardic Jews and other Jews who lived in Muslim countries didn't experience modernity in its full force, so they didn't have that challenge with modernity. And as they were segregating themselves, they became what is called the Ultra-Orthodox. So it's a phenomenon of the last 200 years. If you'll go to Europe 300 years ago, 400 years ago, it just doesn't exist. Just traditional Jews, you know. Some are better, some are not as good, no, more obedient, less obedient, but in general, everyone were religious or tied to religion, because that's how the entire world was operating on. It's not unique to the Jews. But once modernity started, secularism started as well, and as I said, ultra-Orthodoxy is basically a response to modernity. Okay, this is a Sephardic yeshiva of Rabbi Elbaz or Chaim Yeshiva. So it's a Sephardic yeshiva. Let's take a look what's going on over there. So just to conclude that part, I said Ultra-Orthodoxy is a European phenomenon, modern European phenomenon, and the Ultra-Orthodox in general are divided between Hasidics, which are following a certain rabbi as almost like a mediator, I must say, between them and God. Is like really have to follow every instruction of his. And other are the Lithuanian Ultra-Orthodox, which are more focused on the Torah. So the Hasidic are more focused on the tzaddik, on the religious leader of the community. The Lithuanians are more focused on the actual rabbinic literature and the studying of it. And the Sephardic are slightly different, and they do, they embrace all kinds of motifs from the Ashkenazis, from the Hasidic groups, and from the Lithuanians. But historically, they were just traditional Jews that became more and more observant and more segregated from modernity. Okay, let's take a quick look. They're just selling 4 species here in the yeshiva. As you can see, the prices are varying. Okay, you can get a more simple etrog, 20 shekels, 50 shekels, 80 shekels, 120 shekels. I'm not sure if I can see a big one here. No, this is pretty much it. Yeah, that's the yeshiva over here. You climb up, you get to the yeshiva of Or Chaim Yeshiva. The leading rabbi here is Rabbi Elbaz. Elbaz is a Moroccan one, Sephardic meaning. So that's over here. Very cool. Okay, I think we're about to conclude our little visit. Just see if I can find a few more things here, a few more Sukkot. I think we're good. We've seen the different 4 species and the 4 species market, the decorations, different types of Sukkot, the rules of it, basic principles of the holidays, to commemorate the 40 years in the desert, okay, living in a sukkah for that, sleeping and eating in a sukkah, it's a basic rule. The sukkah needs to be under the sky with a wooden top that is that you can see through it, the sky and the stars. We talked about the agricultural aspect of it. Okay, it's the last. We're already harvested most of the crops of the year, besides of maybe olives. Take a look at all the bamboos over here being sold. Slightly bigger etrogs. And we also talked about Simchat Torah, the 8th day. Okay, so we have 7 days. Then on the 8th day, that's Simchat Torah. That's the when we read the Torah from the beginning. Finish Deuteronomy and read it from Genesis. I think I saw a very, very big etrog over there. Let's take a look. This is massive. Take a look. You got to see that. See? Whew. It's massive. Really big. Okay, cool. So we have a nice big Yemenite etrog towards the end. Just come here to the main market, the Bukhari market over here. You can get a disco ball for your sukkah, believe it or not. Okay, this is the Bukharim neighborhood. It's basically a neighborhood of the Jews of Bukhara, which is in Uzbekistan. And they were very wealthy Bukhari Jews that came here in the 19th and 20th century and established their neighborhood. There you go. Okay. This is it. We started Machni Yehuda market and we're finishing over here in the Bukhari neighborhood. Very cool place. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Let me just say goodbye. I wonder if you can see me here. All the best, guys. See you later in more videos. Like and follow, and we'll stay in touch. Bye-bye. Happy holidays.